Brutus Magna here. I've got a replay from Total War Attila. It's my first replay. I was playing the Western Roman Empire. I just started the campaign on difficulty level very hard. If you've played it, you know that you start off with a number of armies that are at only half strength. These armies had replenished a little bit, and I was attacking a horde that had come through my territory, the Suebians or Suebians. Suebians, and I had to combine three armies to sort of get something that was going to match them. And some of these armies that I have here, I had actually levied forces from the horde. It was an interesting aspect of the game to help build up these armies. We have about an equal number of men, as you see at the end. So I have these as reinforcements that are coming in. I have some sort of heavy spears, some cohorts, some levies, some equities here. My general here is General Hilarious. Somebody tell me that there's an actual general called General Hilarious. That is a guard. I forget the name. They're very similar to the cohorts. So here comes the battle. So on the Palatina Guard, I think, yeah, that's what I was looking for. But at the enemy side, there's the Germanic bows, there's Germanic levies, which are, in this case, the Germanic levy is a light spear infantry, the Germanic brigands, which are light skirmishers. They have three Germanic mounted warband. Their general is Germanic noble, and Germanic bands, which are axe warriors. So that's what they have. I had set up on this side, thinking they were going to attack me. I was mistaken, I'm attacking them. But what happened is my reinforcements came in on the back side of them, and the enemy moved his Germanic mounted warband over to essentially attack my scout equities, which they will kill, as you'll see that they do get in eventually. But I brought them back, and I had my cohorts here coming through. I also had these pikemen, Germanic pikes. Cohorts just got off some missile fire then, that was good. Some Federati spears to attack the Germanic mounted warband. So Germanic mounted warband coming in here. 57. Let's just zoom in a little bit. 56. On that one, I can't get the number right now. 42, 40, 39. So they're falling pretty quick. My pikes, 79. They were a full unit. They were just wavering then, you could see. I managed to get those warband wavering. The enemy brought this warband back out and managed to get it down here into my scout equities that I'd sort of forgotten about. So I was trying to do something sensible up here with the cohorts. The Germanic band were coming in. I might add that this reinforcement army also had onagers, so I was using them to a certain effect. I changed their fire over to the Germanic nobles very quickly. So their warband got into my equities, and you can see that they're now fleeing, right? Or they're at least broken. But I've got enough units over here. I've got these Federati spears that I can fend off the last of the warband. There's pikes here that I'm sure I did put into phalanx mode at some point. This Germanic band that's kind of falling now, it's wavering to my own Palatina guards and my cohorts. So his general is Germanic nobles sort of moving in. But then what's happening as well is on the other side I decided to bring in these forces. They were just sitting back there, and I thought I'd attack on two fronts. So I brought them forward to attack here, and I'm kind of I don't have the pen, but I'm sort of setting up a line. And I have to bring in my reinforcements as well. So that's kind of happening there. Let's just sort of zoom in and have a look at it. As the last, on the other side of the battlefield, the last of the warband cavalry are getting cleaned up. So I've got a line of cohorts here, and behind them a line of levies. They got a good charge in on my cohorts. It's a thin line. another group. What would be good, and I can set up bookmarks on the field to quickly move from one place to the other, but what would be good is to have a split screen or two monitors where I can be moving the mouse between one monitor and the other and controlling two armies essentially on different sides of the map. Because while this is happening, over here, his Germanic nobles, I think they are there, yeah, are kind of moving back to that side of the fight. I've finished off his cavalry and I'm trying to sort of bring these guys in and catch up to his Germanic nobles eventually, but you can see they're just sort of standing around. I'm not issuing orders to them because most of my orders are concentrated now on the other side. I had actually some light scout equities up here that had guerrilla tactics, and I had them hidden in the forest, so I brought them down to hit some of the bows. They're Germanic bows here. I'm not sure it was the best thing to do, but in any case it sort of got them out of the main fight up there. I had my own Germanic warband here, Germanic mounted warband that I had used to attack these Germanic bows, so that worked out well. And then I used these cavalry to get a rear charge in on the enemy here, which really helps to break them. I don't have the battle camera. There's no camera, it seems, that I can click on the unit to follow it. So all I have is to remove the GUI. I might add that I have the quality set on max quality. The frame rate's only about 11 frames per second right now, so I sacrificed frame rate for quality. Sort of prefer quality over frame rate. So here's some cohorts.
The enemy are losing ground.
The rear charge that I got there, and then I brought them up here for a further rear charge, did actually do a lot of good to break up that fight. Here's their Germanic brigands. I think what does this mean here? So this is just telling me that maybe the morale is dropping or something is happening to the unit. Does it say speed, minus 25% charge, minus 25% speed for 12 seconds? The Germanic brigands, Federati spears, and levies. Armature or something. Armature. Here I'm bringing up my other infantry, my cohorts, I think now, the Palatina guards. Which is still at 120 out of 120. And then the fight sort of actually ends up in the middle of the field down here with some of their units. I think they're Germanic nobles. This is their general being surrounded essentially by my units because I'm chasing off his own Germanic bows, and his hurlers there with some of my spears. He's got his Germanic bows out the back there that are wavering against my levies and amateurs or something. So he gets a good charge in with the Germanic, with his nobles there. And then sort of moves back to hit my own Palatina guards that are coming in. And I have some cohorts there, some more levies, some more Federati spears coming up. So this is essentially the enemy's last stand. They're Germanic nobles. These Germanic bows are fleeing, as you can see from what I have running them down there. So it's an interesting fight. It's kind of complex because it was all over the battle map. It looks like their nobles have just given up then, trying to get away. And that is the end of that battle. What would be really nice is to put where can I see the other armies? I had 2 other reinforcement armies. I'd like to be able to see them here so I can see the effectiveness of the units. The Palatina guards here killed quite a few. My Federati spears killed quite a few. These cohorts only got 1 kill, and they were definitely in combat. They took a lot of losses. I only killed 1 thing. Cohorts only 10, and still they were in combat. Took a lot of combat. The levies, armature, a lot of kills here. 122 kills. That was the most kills I can see here. Took some losses. On the other side, their Germanic nobles were sort of not really in the fight a lot until the end, so they didn't get a lot of kills. But their Germanic levy were getting some good kills. Their Germanic mounted warband here got the most kills, it seems. But I think that was the group that got into my light cav and my levies. So these are the 2 units that really did a lot of damage up front at the beginning of the fight. And then the Germanic warbands did well. The Germanic hurlers got a lot of kills there, 87 kills. So yeah, we really do need to be able to see. I don't think there's anywhere I can click that shows me the other units. So that's something for a future patch, I imagine. Well, it was an interesting fight.